All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Convedo DX webinar today. So my name is Sasha Katura and I'm the CEO of Convedo DX. In today's webinar, I will be speaking about COVID, Brexit, IR35, and what impact it has on the tech talent situation we have here in the UK, and how you can make sure you have always the right tech and automation talent available, supporting your organization and your projects. If you have any questions, please feel free to put your questions into the Q&A box. We will go through all of them at the end of the webinar. And of course, we will be recording this webinar and we will send out a link to everyone who has attended today. So we will go through, as I mentioned, through COVID, Brexit, and IR35, and what it actually means in more in detail to the UK tech talent market and the UK skills gap we have currently. Then we will go through the key skills to look for when you are hiring automation experts. Then we will should give you a little insight in the Convedo DX program and what we can do to address the UK skills gap. And then we will go into the Q&A at the end of the webinar. So broadly speaking, the skills gap is usually in place when organizations like yours can't find the workers, the talent they need to continue to do what they need to do in the business. So they can't acquire all the knowledge they require. So this is widely this has widely a very negative impact on the business because you can't you can't progress on the things you want to do, and so that has an impact on your productivity, potentially has an impact on the projects you have planned, and makes it more difficult to innovate in your business and to bring products into the market. So effectively it's holding you back, and you probably cannot really compete with your competitors. So to remain competitive, very often in these days, so it is all sort of looked at from the automation perspective. So automation will increasingly become more crucial. So to compensate the skills you have in your business, you need automation skills, which are also in high demand. So there's a little bit of a situation here. So the problem we see when we speak to businesses is so everyone are so a lot of our companies and clients we work with, they are very concerned about this situation, not able to innovate and not finding the right people, and all around us the new technologies are emerging, artificial intelligence and process automation, process mining, etc. So what can we do? So we have to get more people into the market. So that's basically what it boils down to. So we have to enable more people to learn these new technologies, so companies can employ these new talents in the market in order to remain competitive. So when we look at the current situation, so lots of factors have currently put pressure on the skills. So first of all, we have COVID. Another factors are Brexit and the IR35. But when we look at with COVID, lots of businesses currently had to put people on furlough. Suddenly people had to be in the home office and couldn't work as they needed. So they all thought, okay, how can we compensate? And now over 68% of business leaders are looking at automation to actually manage that sort of shortfall in productivity during that period. So one is actually getting more done with less people. So you look at automation to achieve that, and the other one is actually how can you bring people and everything together, people and processes together, although they are not necessarily working at the office. So this also requires new digital skills, and also very often automation comes into play here. So it's about digitalization and automation in general. So COVID had a big impact on that, and it sort of accelerated the process of getting everything more automated. So the next one we're looking at is Brexit. So we know we have left the European Union here in the UK, and acquiring talent as before pre-Brexit is not that easy anymore. Now we have to make sure we have talent here in the country, or we have to go through the normal sponsoring and visa process if we want to acquire talent from Europe, as we have done before. So we had lots of people as well during COVID, and then obviously now with Brexit, actually lots of people leaving the country, so they're not available for the UK job market anymore. So that has left lots of business in a difficult situation. So so that's something what everyone in the business has to address. How can you make sure you have the right people on board? So the next one is IR35. A third crucial factor indeed is the automation. In the automation skills gap is the off payroll working reform around IR35, which has been currently has been delayed due to the impact of COVID-19. But lots of that process and procedures, it was planned for last April, and lots of business already put things in place to actually change how they're working with subcontractors and contractors. So with this new rule of IR35, suddenly there's it's a different landscape available for companies to pick talent from. So it might become more difficult for companies and to acquire an individual contractor. So new procedures and new things have to be in place. So again, maybe because of COVID, new plans have been put in place to compensate a little bit, but we will see the wider impact over the next couple of years to come. So in face of all these challenges and the complications, so we need, as a business, we need a more reliable way to solve that tech talent gap, and we need to solve it now, and definitely have to look at this in the long-term future. So as we mentioned, process and automation is becoming more and more crucial, in part as part of remaining competitive as a business. So so we have to make sure we have people in our organization who have important skills, which can push the business forward, can bring innovation, and can allows you to react to changes in or changes for your business. Some things like COVID, similar things might come up in future. So we have to keep agile, and have to get that staff in place to manage these things. So first one we have to look at, which is very critical, is the artificial intelligence. And when we look at it, AI and machine learning are essential components of automation. So when we look at this very more in detail, it is all about also about robotic process automation, where we use software agents to replicate what our human workers are doing at the moment in the business. So if there's lots of repetitive work in the business, we will maybe offload this to a robotic workforce in order to free up our staff to do more meaningful things. And additionally, we will make this software robots more intelligent with AI. So we will allow our software robots to learn and to work on computer vision and work on understanding text. So all those kind of things are needed going forward for businesses to be more productive and efficient. And we obviously need to have available in our business, staff available in our business who understand these new technologies coming up. So AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning is number one. So next one, which becomes more and more important and more popular at the moment, is the low-code enterprise application world. So low-code development allows businesses to put enterprise applications together without the real need of writing lines of code. So Gartner calls this development citizen or these people who put low-code applications together, citizen developers. So it could be a bit more non-technical employees who then can build these applications themselves. So a department could build their own application potentially. So that will lead to more innovation, to more efficient processes within the organization. But obviously, you need people who are trained on low-code technologies. So yeah, and many of these digital transformation initiatives these days have low-code applications. Yeah, in place and or require these low-code applications because it allows you to do things up to 20 times faster than with traditional development. All right, so next one up is process mining. According to Harvard Business Review, 86% of business managers believe that process mining is becoming very important because otherwise they feel hindered of overly complex processes and decision making. So so process mining is taking all sorts of data you have in your business yeah, all the data in to analyze where actually your inefficiencies are. It understands what your different variations of processing are. You really understand how your processes are working. So large enterprises have lots of data, gigabytes and terabytes of data, and they produce that amount of data every day. So it's not really possible to do that manually. So you need skilled automation developers who understand process mining in order to find these really valuable insights in data for businesses. So the next one we see as very important is so-called full stack automation. So it's a combination of all things in automation, really. So we looked at AI, we looked at process mining, and we talked about a little bit about RPA. But there are lots of other things. There's also normal workflow management, task management, decision management. So it's very important to put all these things together to get the real end-to-end process automation outcomes. So to understand, or it's very important to understand full stack automation because it allows business to have really nice running end-to-end processes where bots, people, and AI are working together. So very important to have that skill. So number 5 is our chatbots. So we see more and more use of chatbots. You probably see that a lot when you go on your websites with lots of councils, companies. So there's a little chatbot or a variation of a chatbot available, usually in the right bottom corner. So so with a chatbot, we can allow businesses to interact with their customers more efficiently. So if we have that capability, we could combine that with AI, machine learning, and other elements of automation, and we can then have a very, very good conversation with the customer and process these things in the background. And yeah, so it's more human interaction instead of just submitting a contact form, instead of submitting a normal um, long inquiry form to get stuff done. If you think about claiming for stolen car or something, or raise an incident, a chatbot can take over a lot of that stuff already, and you could free up workers' time again. So very, very big skill to have, really, in order to get stuff done more efficiently in businesses. So yeah, but these all technical skills I've talked about, it is obviously very important to look at the soft skills side as well. So we shouldn't neglect them when we're hiring automation developers and automation talent. So because it is effectively humans we deal with on a daily basis within our organization, and it would be them who will go through the business departments to find out what needs to be done. They will make sure um, yeah, we as people make sure projects are delivered. So this is why it's very important to look at the soft skills. Agile project management is very, very important. Business analyst skills, very, very important to get the right requirements captured, and then obviously thinking about solutions as well. So this solutions, complex business problem solving. So these kind of skills are very important. And then yeah, working with each other in a project. So also very, very important skills. Um, so this is so this is sort of our list, our summary of what we think is the key skills required to go forward and to have your projects running as a success and set up your business for automation success. But how do you um, get this started? So given the issues and the high in demand skills required, so this is why we put Convedo DX together for more than 10 years. We as a award-winning Convedo, so we are a consultancy team which sits behind the Convedo DX program. So we was more of the for more than 10 years we have trained numerous people in lots of organizations using automation tools, and so now, yeah, we thought with all the skills in high demand and businesses struggling to secure the right talent for their automation projects, that we take on the challenge. And this is why Convedo DX, yeah, sort of makes the new automation specialists of tomorrow. So we connect yeah, these young talents with organizations like yours, with yeah, so with all our expertise, and so you can then remain competitive in this very difficult and changing landscape. So effectively, what we do is we find the best of the best IT graduates and train them to use the latest technologies like automation, RPA, and AI, and then yeah, effectively we will embed them very seamless in your organization. Yeah, to make them ready for the everyday technology challenges, so ready to what's really going on in business these days. So we cover the different areas in the business. So we cover the areas of low-code software development, which is a core of our program. We're covering robotic process automation, which is a growing technology, business analysis, change management, process mining, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, and also very important is the agile development lifecycle. So these are all areas we look at in our 4 months program when we make our graduates fit for the workplace. So then how can you get started, and how actually get the young talented automation experts in your team? So since last summer, we have worked with many organizations and worked out a model which works best for them. So our Convedo DX automation pool, talent pool, will be available to everyone in sort of 4 placements with the different skill levels. So that means you can commit to 6 months or longer for with one of these automation developers, and yeah, embed them into your projects. So if you think you want to continue after month 6, then you have placement 2, where they have already gained that experience of placement 1, and so on. You can extend for another 6 months, or by and then by placement 4 and end of placement 4, you can then decide potentially to take on that individual as a full-time employee in your company. And yeah, everything starts with placement 1, so they have already sort of 4 months experience based on our Convedo expertise. So they're working on a project for the 4 months and gaining all that knowledge, what I mentioned, as part of their curriculum. And yeah, so that's sort of the structure we have in place for hiring a Convedo DX consultant. So they will remain employed during the whole period at Convedo, and yeah, and you can then decide after that 24 months period to embed them full time in your environment, is when you become their employee going forward. So this is roughly how it works. So let's have a look if there are questions. So yeah, okay. So we have 2 questions here. So can we hire your consultancy? Can we hire your digital experts less than 24 months? So yeah, so by default, we have it as a 6 months one. So we made it very flexible for every company based on your needs. So usually companies hiring our talent for 24 months, but you could have this in these 4 placements as mentioned earlier. So 6 months at a time. So that's sort of the minimum you can have, and then next time you can select someone with a different skill level if needed, or you already commit for a longer period. So 6 to 24 months is the term usually, and everything is negotiable, obviously. So there's one other question here. Which industry is the most demanding for automation in your experience? So we work with companies a lot in the financial services and in the insurance field, and yeah, we get a lot of demand from their side because they have lots of activities still ongoing, and so they're now going through this transformation for years actually, but I think stepping up especially over the last year to get rid of a lot of legacy systems. And bringing in more modern technology. So this is why yeah, we see a lot of demand from these sides, but effectively all the customers we're working with at the moment are interested in increasing their talent within their business. So we have customers in the logistics field, they are inquiring, and customers in the in the manufacturing industry and aviation. So pretty much every business, as I mentioned earlier, going through these phases of innovation and getting more things into the digital format and want to automate more to get more productive and efficient. So currently it is a topic for pretty much every business out there. So this is why we can't really say particularly industries are or is used for. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. I can't see any more questions coming in. Maybe I'm checking one last time. No, that's it for today. Yeah, thank you very much for joining our webinar. I hope you find take away a few information which are very useful. And if you like to find out more how Convedo can help you with your talent needs, yeah, let's have a chat. Reach out to me on this email I put on here, and or connect with me on LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you very much for joining, and yeah, speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.